over the centuries and thousands of years when there have been cities, an idea has developed that moving to city, coming to city makes a person free. In every city there are rules and regulations and boundaries as how one should behave, what a good person does, how a person behaves in the cities or what people do. I mean, rules of social life, ideas of social order, ideas of moral order, and ideas of as how social change should be managed. And yet people are also members of different moral communities. For example, a church congregation, but also a suburb can be a moral community. I could show you a South African suburb where people agree on those rules, or they have some kind of set of rules or ideas. It doesn't have to be spoken out loud, but there are ideas about the person and personhood.
So a person can be part of more than one moral community at
Absolutely.
the same time?
These moral communities are overlapping. And by looking at these moral communities, we can understand these developments in the African cities that can, to an outsider, look chaotic, or because they don't operate in a similar manner, as they are not as orderly or as similarly governed as European cities or Asian cities. They have their own character. And this is one, and a lot of it is informal, so this is actually one way of looking at them. It's Ina Soris, our director's idea, that we have these themes. And of course they are a very good way of pooling resources and looking at the things that maybe several people are looking at the same time, making our work accessible and understandable for larger audiences as well.
My main research has always been, to some extent, about urban governance and politics in South Africa. And as part of that, my specific interest is various processes of citizenship, I suppose. How people experiences being governed, how they are part of local democracy, their spaces to participate in decision making, and all issues around kind of being an experience of being a citizen in democratic Cape Town. And of course a lot of it is based in poor urban communities. So my own field site has for the last 10 years been a community called Delft. And my recent project in Delft has been specifically around, not a new phenomenon, but it has been reshaped a little bit over the last years, which is the temporary relocation of people from other areas of the city into Delft. But if you start on the city level, there will be ideas that shape these urban policies. Like, for instance, there will be certain ideas, expectations that shape the use of temporary relocation, for instance, from an authority perspective, which could be based on ideas of being a good citizen, what is the good city, ideas of the formal city, in which there are certain expectations about behavior. So we will find in these processes that are very political some sense of moral ordering in a way. There will be some ideas about what you are supposed to do.